You're looking live at Seneca Valley High School, site for our Wpial Class 3A softball championship matchup here today. In the championships, it's the Class 3A quarterfinals here in Lawrence County SportsNet, powered by LCAP. The 4-seed Mohawk Warriors and the 12-seed Freeport Yellowjackets. Kind of an abbreviated pregame show here. Ty Polk has dried himself out from last night. He was one of the unfortunate few who got caught up in the showers down south near Pittsburgh. Glad that we can bring him on to pinch hit a little bit. Come join the fun here for this 4-12 matchup with a trip to the semifinals on the line. Ty, welcome back.
Thanks. I'm happy to be back. Sunshine is fine. And man, it feels amazing after being a drowned rat for about 30 minutes yesterday to go from full sunshine. Can't get any better than this, and we got a great matchup here today.
We'll get you the full starting lineups and the defensive alignment here as we go, but play ball right here for our start time at 6 o'clock. Beautiful. Upper 70s, sunny, all-turf field here at Seneca Valley. And we are underway. First pitch thrown and fouled back behind the screen. Reagan Magno giving us that Penn Ohio Bottled Water first pitch delivery. Give them a call for delivery of your 5 or 3-gallon water jugs for your bottled water delivery. Search them online at Penn Ohio Bottled Water. Abby DeGitis, the shortstop, is the leadoff hitter. Swings and misses at that one. 0-2 quickly is Reagan Magno. Mohawk, the 4-seed, defeated Waynesburg Central. Come from behind fashion. They were able to win that one. Your final score of 8-5. Freeport, the 12-seed, upset Southmoreland 6-3 in their opening round game on Tuesday. Here's the 0-2. Right back up the middle. Off the hand of the pitcher. Throw to first is going to be not in time as Maskell tried to throw it over in time. That's going to be an infield single. I think we're going to have a quick trip to the mound to make sure Magno's all right, because that hit off of her pitching hand, Ty.
Yeah, and if you heard about Shaler with Bree Basiljevac, she had a hand injury, and that ended her season. She was shut down early, so that's definitely not what you want right up the middle.
Well, looks like she is good to go, but they will make sure. Now, Reagan Magno started the first game, but she was relieved by Gianna Pazzulo, who ended up getting the win in relief in that contest. So they do have experience in terms of getting those, getting what they need to get, I guess is the best way to put it, in terms of the, in terms of having multiple pitching options. First pitch misses downstairs to ball one, and these next few batters are going to be the big key for sure in terms of who or of how she's going to be able to maybe grip the ball.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how Mohawk responds. A great start to the season. The last month hasn't exactly been the best.
This one downstairs, 2-0 the count. Yeah, they had clinched the outright section championship, actually, and then in the season finale got 10 runs by Central Valley. Mohawk, Central Valley, and Elwood basically doing battle with each other. Mohawk strong early, tailed off in that game, and then a couple of tough non-section opponents late in the year. As this one's driven towards the deep left center gap, McGreal giving chase and makes the over-the-shoulder catch at the track. Hustling all the way back around and getting back safely is DeGitis, and a good job. She came back and touched second to regather, but an early Maley Chiropractic Play of the Game nomination on that deep shot caught by McGreal.
Yeah, it's those little plays like that, especially after an infield single, potential base on balls, and you had everything feeling good for Freeport, but again, that's a great job in the left center gap.
So now the 3-hitter is Reese Selker, the sophomore catcher, coming to bat. This one bounced in for ball one. Mentioned Mohawk come from behind fashion. It was a 5-run bottom of the 5th that gave him back the lead. This one fouled back up and out of play. Evens the count at 1-1. All-turf facility and beautiful complex here at Seneca Valley. Mohawk, their big issue in that game, they fell behind a lot of wild pitches and passed balls that kind of moved runners around, 4 of which scored runs, 4 of the 5 runs scored on pass balls or wild pitches. This one grounded, 2-hopper to third base, on to second base for 1 to first, will be not in time. Good backup by the catcher, Pistorius. Good play by Moskell to get the lead runner. DeGitis retired on the fielder's choice. 2 down here in the top of the first inning. That'll bring Addie Caruso to the plate, but first we're going to have our first Castle Asphalt courtesy runner of the contest. That's going to be number 33 coming in to run.
Kiara Klepper.
Entering the game is a courtesy runner, number 33, Kiara Klepper. Now batting number 10, Addie Caruso.
First pitch in there for strike 1. Way upstairs on this one. Handling it all right so far, Ty, but you can tell just maybe got to get almost a new feel of the ball after all that warm-up.
Yeah, you want to stretch your hands out a little bit. You want to check the knuckles, maybe crack them a little bit, get them back in order.
2 down here in the top of the first inning. Runner on first. Count now 2-1. We had lineup changes late to the game. We're still trying to make sure we got everything up here and running smoothly. Downstairs, this one gets away, and right on cue, there is the wild pitch again. 5 wild pitch pass balls in the last game, leading to a majority of the Waynesburg runs in that opening game. Three-1 the count. Catches the top of the zone. Count now full here with 2 down.
That's beautiful placement. That's up in the high outside corner for a strike.
Payoff pitch coming here in the top of the first inning. Swung on and missed. Got Caruso to chase. There's their first strikeout of the game. The 83rd of the year for Magno. So leadoff hit, but the runner stranded in scoring position. Heading to the bottom of the first inning, it is Freeport 0 and Mohawk coming up to bat. We'll keep it right here and take a look at that starting lineup here for the Mohawk Warriors. Your Doran Concrete starting lineup coming your way.
So leading off and playing third base, number 3, Addie Moscow. Batting second, and the shortstop, number 11, Erica Young. Batting third, the center fielder, number 00, Olivia Hare. Batting fourth, the left fielder, number 19, Maya McGrail. Batting fifth, the first baseman, number 1, Lydia Cole. Batting sixth, the second baseman, number 22, Gigi Paluzzo. Batting seventh, the pitcher, number 21, Reagan Magno. Batting eighth, the designated player, number 16, Gigi Cower. Batting ninth, the catcher, number 12, Miley Pistorius. Today's flex for Mohawk is the right fielder, number 24, Ali Granado.
Both teams using that designated player, and good to see them being used properly there. As Lydia Cole, apologize, got removed from our graphic there. Those are your Doran Concrete starting lineups. Make sure you have the best first impression for your potential clients. Visit them online at doranconcrete.com. Now let's take a look at your Medore Bonner Law defensive alignment. There it is, the outfield from left to right of Razak, Grolemund, and Gorley. Caruso and DeGitis on the left side of the infield. Schmidt at second base. She's the flex. Lauren Clark at first. Reese Selker behind the plate for big sister Sydney Selker in the circle. And first pitch misses outside for ball 1. Selker an 11-6 record on the season. Get you the Freeport starting lineup when they come to bat in the top of the second. That's another one misses outside. 2-0 the count. Selker, 169 strikeouts on the year and had the magical number, hit 500 in that opening round game. Two-0 catches the top of the zone, makes the count 2-1.
And you can see with the placement on that outside edge of the plate, that's definitely a lot of caught looking strike 3 called.
Grolemund right, of course, in our strike zone cam there in center field as this one's hit on a two-hopper to the second baseman. Good job by Schmidt throwing it on to first base for the first out of the inning. 4-3 on the putout. While we have a moment, let's talk about just in general, Ty. Trip to the semis on the line. What will you put in for your works in progress keys to the game today?
Well, the keys is don't blink right now. You have the opportunity looking at you to a potential state playoff berth. You just need to win this game, and then from there, handle your business. And on the other side, for pitchers, it's you got to show out on both sides. It's going to be who's the more dominant pitcher today.
0-1 is fouled back towards the third baseline. It will go out of play. Count now 0-2. Rob, I'll try to fix it up, have you work with that for now. No balls, 2 strikes, 1 down here in the bottom of the first inning. Oh, 2 count here to Erica Young. Holds her swing as it misses outside. Count now 1-2. Young coming in. Team high 19 RBI on the season. How about this? Everybody on the team, in the batting order I should say, 9 or more ribbies on the season for this Mohawk squad. But swinging and missing here is
Came down for these bunts, but you don't want to go too high up the ladder for them.
So 1-2. McGreal at second, leadoff single. Cole walked. This one misses downstairs to Pizzulo. Count even at 2-2. Pizzulo hitting .380 on the season, as we mentioned earlier. Everybody over 10 ribbies except for Gigi Cower hitting 8th. Well, she's got 9. But everyone else in that batting order been driving in runs aplenty this year. This one, hard shot towards third off the glove of Caruso. Rounding third and coming to the plate. Throw comes in, and it will be in time to get Maya McGreal. Coach Pizzulo likes to be aggressive. No problem with it, but first out of the inning at home. Cole advances to third, so a single for Pizzulo. It's still runners on the corners, but a good relay in to get the out at the plate. Now it's Razak coming back in from being pinch hit for there, Ty.
Yeah, I'm not sure about that one with allowing her to go. I think that once she made that turn, it was probably time to roll it back a little bit.
First pitch to Magno is outside. And you're right, if you can get down the line, you might be able to hold her up and get her back. And first and third, you get the runner going to second base. Fake throw, so I think we got credit officially a stolen base. No catcher's indifference. This one down in the pebbles. Good block by younger sister Reese behind the dish. 2-0 the count.
So if you're keeping track at home, that goes 7-1-2 to home.
That was the pitcher who was the cutoff, wasn't it?
Yes.
This one catches the top of the zone. 2-1 to count. Now the base hit actually deflected off the third baseman to begin with. So do we technically say 5-7-1-2?
Oh yeah, you could put that in there, but I typically count it for the throw home.
Yeah, that's what I would have said too, but I guess not exactly something you see very often. But yeah, we'll see the 7-1-2 put out from Razak to Selker. 3-1 now the count. Gigi Cower in the on-deck circle. Reagan Magno going to try to help herself here in the bottom of the second inning. This one again, top of the zone. Count full. Glad to be back on the coverage. Here on the trip. See you at Cal U and see you later. A backward strikeout, the third of the game, delivered by Sydney Selker. Painted that outside corner tie to perfection.
Yeah, now that throw home is really looming large for Mohawk as it's now 2 outs.
Now batting, number 16, Gigi Cower.
First pitch right down the middle for the designated player, Cowher. Two down, bottom of the second inning between the Warriors and the Yellowjackets. This one off the end of the bat, back towards Selker. She steps, fires to first, a little low, but Clark able to handle it. 1-3 ends the threat. 2 runners left in scoring position, but it's the play at the plate that keeps this a scoreless game through 2 innings. We'll be back in a moment here on the Lawrence County SportsNet, powered by LCAP.
For more than 120 years, people have relied on Martindale Hubbell's preeminent rating to select their attorneys. If you've been involved in an automobile accident, you should do the same. At LGKG, we have been preeminently rated for over 40 years.
Does your blueprint not match the vision of your building project? Not with Creative Edge Architecture. From concept to creation, Jeff Measle will help tackle the complex problems, creating design solutions and construction experience. Creative Edge gives you the edge design and construction meet.
We're through 2 innings of play here from Seneca Valley. Still scoreless between Mohawk and Freeport. I'm James Dotson. Give a shout out to the production crew. Jacob Walzer working with Rob Nattell. And big shout out to the president's man, Mr. Tyler Polk, who's going to take you through these middle 3 innings.
Thanks, James. 8-9-1 for Freeport. A big out at home plate. The difference between a potential run being scraped across for the Warriors, and Grolman hits it on the ground. Play by Magno.
I think they're going to say a hitter in the box.
Oh, wow. They do roll it as a hit in the box, but, man, that was real close. So that will count as a foul ball.
So, yeah, just strike 1 there. 8-9-1, Groliman, Gorley, and then DeGitis due up here for the Yellowjackets.
One from Magno, misses for a ball, 1-1. Reagan Magno, through 2 innings played, 3 strikeouts, has her last 2 outs via strikeouts. So after that hit off her hand, a good thing for her as she's still rolling. Rise ball goes high, 2-1.
So here's the thing about this Freeport team in the first round. The 6 through 9 hitters went a combined 1 for 12, but that 1 hit came from Megan Groliman, and it was a triple.
Groliman fouls it out of play over the Yellow Jacket dugout. Counts now 2-2. Freeport 6, Southmoreland 3 in a 12-5 matchup, and Southmoreland normally a power in softball, so these Yellow Jackets could be very much for real. The 2-2 from Magno. A liner over the pitcher's head and into center field for a single for Groliman. And that one just hopped right over Magno.
Yeah, kind of a tough luck one there, but a good job with 2 strikes, getting the bat on the ball. And there you go, Groliman, the one getting it done, the senior hitting in the 8 spot. Mentioned triple in the first round and getting that leadoff single here. We'll see if the 9-hitter Gorley will be trying to move a runner over.
She does do that with the bunt attempt, but it rolls off the third baseline foul.
So here's what I like to see, though. Through the first time through the order, Reagan Magno, 7 first pitch strikes, 2 first pitch balls.
That's what we'd like to see out of the pitcher here from Mohawk, especially after an infield single on the first batter. No worse for wear, the 0-1. Bunt pops up, it's a good one. And it throws on from Cole over to the covering Pizzullo for the out.
Good job to move Groliman over to second base. That one didn't exactly go down, but it got the job done. It found its way to the turf. And I do like the play, though, from Lydia Cole. She first looked towards second base, realized she didn't have a play there, and then changed her positioning around, flipped around to get to first for the first out. And now top of the order in DeGitis up to bat.
So DeGitis has an opportunity for a runner in scoring possession, and this is hit in the air to center field. Olivia Hare ranges into left center to make the catch for out number 2.
Now bring up Sydney Selker. She hit the long fly ball into the left center gap that left fielder Maya McGreal caught in that first inning. Hey, remind you, this is our 3rd inning. That means it's our Maley chiropractic inning. Between the top and bottom of the innings, we will give you a little softball update of what we got going on. We have 6 broadcasts in the works today. We'll just leave it with that. We'll also try to get you some final results. At last count, 12, count them 12, coming back from the track and field championships, 12 individuals with gold medals just from Lawrence County alone.
So that's an intentional walk.
Well, and not a bad idea. Sydney Selker, 6 home runs on the year. Her first 2 games of the year, she had 2 home runs in each of them, and she gave the last one a ride. So not a bad idea with an open base. And now Reese Selker, can younger sister make it hurt?
Fouls off her first pitch behind us for a strike, 0-1. Reese Selker, a sophomore. Sydney Selker wearing number 87, a senior.
I was going to say, you see 87, you could pretty much guess what the first name was. Around
0-1. On a play on the left side.
At least in this part of the country, you can probably assume what 87 means.
I mean, that's big expectations no matter the sport, especially around here. Imagine if she was up in Canada playing softball with that. Oh, my goodness.
Softball? No, she'd be playing hockey up there, right?
You never know. Softball's pretty big in Canada. 0-2. Rolls into turf. 1-2. Canadian softball has been pretty good up there. I've seen some Canadians along my travels in the college game and around town, and, of course, all the way down south in West Virginia.
You love seeing that growth across the world.
1-2 is high, 2-2. Softball's really around the world. Of course, you got Australia. In Spain, it's considered royalty out there. 2-2. Swung on and missed by Selker. Wild pitch, throw completed over, so it goes 2-3 to retire the side. So just a hit, and that's it, as that leaves 2 on. No score, as we go to the bottom of the third on the Lawrence County SportsNet.
We'll keep it right here. Time for the Maley Minute, brought to you by Maley Chiropractic. Keeping you in the game as we'll keep you informed of what's going on in the softball world. Let's start here with the Class 3A championships. Already mentioned Ligonier Valley, another no-hitter. A 1-0 victory over Elwood City in that 2-10 game, so they are on to the semifinals. They will take on either South Park or Central Valley. Did we get a final on that one yet, Ty?
I know that South Park's moving, but I did not see the final score for that.
So it will be 2-3 Ligonier Valley and South Park. This is the 4-12 game. Winner will take on Avonworth or York. That game going on at Plum High School as we speak. In Class 2A softball, top seed Neshannock now 20-0, an 11-1 victory over Riverside in that one. They will take on either Sarah Catholic or Olsh. Bentworth, the 2 seed, and they got a fantastic freshman in there. How about this? The name eludes me for a minute. I apologize, but she's hitting .737. Oh, she also has 235 strikeouts on the year. Bentworth defeated Shenango. Final score was 8-1. They will take on either Laurel or Charleroi. Thank you, Jacob. Laurel or Charleroi, that game going on right now. Lee Moan has given way for Tim Continenza and Jay Moan on the call for that one. In Class 3A, it was a 4-0 victory, by the way, for South Park. In that 3-6 matchup. In Class 1A, Union Jefferson Morgan. They're the final game of the night at North Allegheny. We'll have that one audio-only coverage as well. Winner of that one will take on either Fraser or West Green. That one should be a final. On the other side, Carmichaels versus Southside and Chartiers Houston versus Jeanette. How about Jeanette? The 6th seed wins 4-0. They were no hit in that opening round game, if I read that correctly. They were no hit, but they still find a way to advance. There's your Maley Minute, brought to you by Maley Chiropractic, keeping you in the game as we keep you informed of what's going on across the county in the world of softball.
4-0 and no hit. There's a horseshoe stuck somewhere.
Speaking of 4-0, that's the current score between Laurel and Charleroi. That's Class 2A. Again, we have audio coverage of that one through 5 innings.
Miley Pistorius looks at a strike 0-1.
So now if you're Mohawk, you had one out at home, but then you weathered the storm on the other side of things in the field. Now you got to come back and just get back into the swing of it here offensively, pardon the pun.
And Pistorius swinging and missing for strike 2. No balls, 2 strikes. 9-1-2 for Mohawk, and we'll see what they'll do after that out at home in the bottom of the second that might have had a run to it, but this is hit right back to the pitcher, Selker. The throw on to Lauren Clark is in time for our first out here in the bottom of the third.
Well, let's get you another Newcastle Transit Authority out-of-town scoreboard. Going your way out-of-town scoreboard, Avonworth leading York 2-0. So the winner of this one takes on either top-seeded Avonworth or the 9-seed York.
And Avonworth looking for their third straight championship. Union looking for their third straight championship.
And Shannock as well in Class 2A.
And you want to know the last time we've had 3 champions looking for their three-peats? This is hit in the air to center field. Ranging back is Groliman. She perseveres, makes the catch, turning away from the play.
How about that? She looked, I mean, if you're a defensive back, you did that perfectly. She opened the hips one way, so ball's tailing the other way, opens the hips the other way. Exactly how you're trained. Maybe a little Willie Mays, not quite how you're trained, but she was able to hold on to it. Addie Moskal gave it a ride, but a great catch by Groliman. When was the last time we had the 3 going for a three-peat?
2019.
That would have been Laurel
West
was
A,
one of them, right?
West A, Laurel, and West Green.
West Green. Was that really 3 in a row for West Green at that point, or was that about 50 in a row?
Well, they got another one out of the pandemic, and then, of course, the Union Scotties came and ruined that party, and now they're trying to do it themselves.
Well, Scotties were runner-ups for 2 or 3 years before finally getting that gold medal. Now looking for 3.
Erica Young at the plate, a 1 count, and oh man,
Nice off-speed there.
that's off speed right down the heart of the plate. Sydney Selker looking for the next one. It's an 0-2 count, 2 outs, and just trying to get a Fisher for Young. Low and outside, 1 and 2.
Moskal, Young, and Hare, the top 3 averages on the team, all hitting over 400. The AAA at the top of this lineup, hoping to do some damage. Hey, AAA, automobiles, month of May, Indy 500 month, sounds good to me.
1-2 is fouled away. You would be able to put it into some sort of auto racing pun, and
Ty, that's my first of the playoffs. I'm running behind, let's be honest.
why don't you go down to Lernerville with that one? You'll be a riot.
Sounds great. I'll be heading to Indy with it. How about that?
That to Selker looking at 1-2, hitting the air into center field. Groliman can't make the play as it bounces to the wall. Ranging in is Young, and she's at third base. It's a triple.
Well, and a triple because of a little trip, actually. The first step for Groliman. The footwork was so good on the last one. Not that it was bad here, but just kind of it spun the tires for another racing punch. She spun the tires before she could get full grip on it, and because of that, she was just a half step short from being able to make that catch.
Well, to use another racing pun, you could say she blew a tire.
Yeah, we're just having fun now.
Oh, yeah, you got me rolling now. Runner on third, 2 outs. First pitch is outside to Olivia Hare.
So you saw Mohawk do an intentional walk to Sydney Selker with an open base. You have a couple of open bases here. It's not going to be an intentional walk at least yet, but can be a little more careful with the 3-hitter at bat.
1-0 is low, 2-0, but yes, we have seen that horse before, but with, as you mentioned throughout the broadcast so far, with Mohawk's propensity for RBIs, I think you're better off just playing it straight up.
Yeah, you're walking one to face one pretty much equal.
2-0 is a called strike right down the highway, 2-1. .3A quarterfinals action here on the Lawrence County Sports Network. Selker with the 2-1. Oh, that's a dodgeball high. And now it will be Erica Young scoring. So a wild pitch and a good job of playing dodgeball by Olivia Hare. It's now 1-0.
I'll be only slightly critical. Would have liked to see her get that bat down a little bit because it basically went over the head, but right by the bat. Can't tell from our camera angle. It's an awkward backstop here. Kind of almost like a trapezoid as it gets back there. So that ball's going to bounce around everywhere. And good job to read it and get home.
Hit on the ground at first. Lauren Clark unassisted at first. And that will retire the side. Warriors get a run. And they are ahead 1-0 as we go to the 4th inning. You're watching the 3A first round on the Lawrence County SportsNet.
For 20 years, Melee Chiropractic has treated athletes of all ages to help them get safely back to the top of their game. Melee Chiropractic has 3 full-time doctors in their office, and all 3 are former area athletes who have had to battle injuries throughout their careers. They want to help you get safely back on your feet. But more importantly, help stop the injuries before they happen. Pre-rehab before you rehab. Attention all high school student athletes. During your sports season, a $30 visit to the Maley Chiropractic office includes an adjustment and or all therapy is necessary. From the athletes of tomorrow to the weekend warriors and everything in between. Let Maley Chiropractic keep you in the game.
Number 10, Addie Caruso.
Addie Caruso leading off 4-5-6, hitting the air to left center field, and that is gone. First pitch swinging and into center field over the wall, a home run, and just like that, we are tied at 1.
Her 4th dinger of the year. DeGitis, Selker, Caruso, Clark, all with 3 home runs or more. 4th of the year there for Caruso, and just like that, we're back tied. And how about this? Caruso, a 2-run home run in the first inning in her last game on Tuesday. Solo shot here ties it right back up.
So Freeport being pesky early on, and this is a team that
Now batting, number 21,
missed the playoffs last season.
Jamie Radvan.
Now back on track as Jamie Redvan steps in after the home run. First pitch is low for Magno, 1-0.
Well, now you just got to get right back to it.
1-0 fouled off, a ball and a strike.
And home runs are going to happen. I wonder, I mean, you had the bats deadened a little bit about 10 years ago now, I think it is, for baseball with the BB core and all that. Wonder when you're going to start seeing that at the high school level for softball, because the home run numbers are up there.
Hit right at the third baseman, Moscow, for out number 1.
I mean, just in comparison, I guess I should say, from one to the other, compared from baseball to softball. Rob, we're good.
So they're doing another switch as we switch one of our batteries on our camera, so everybody with the switch. So far here as we have some checks right in front of us, and let's see who it is. It's number 15, Leah Clark, coming in one more time for Jaden Rezak. So
She shouldn't be able to. Wasn't she a substitute?
it was a pinch hit early on. So this is, Redvan is listed as the DP, so we might have to be making some checks between innings and see if she's actually the DP. This is definitely something that I haven't seen before. First pitch is fouled off for a strike. And go ahead and take a look at that for you, and we'll keep it rolling as we check the coach's line card, and this seems legit. This is another pinch hit situation.
Yeah, there's no there's no complaint from Mohawk, but every starter is allowed one re-entry, which, as far as I could see, they had already done. Because they had put Razak, the starting left fielder, back in left field, so that should eliminate Clark from the game, but maybe I'm missing something here.
Well, we'll check after in between the innings here and see if Clark officially takes left field. 1-2 goes high, 2-2.
And yes, if that was the DP and the flex, you can do that in a sense, because they're both starters, they would both be able to have that re-entry. But again, Clark was not the flex.
Two swung on and missed, so that's the second strikeout for Leah Clark. 4th strikeout for Magno, 2 away.
No. apparently it is legit.
Now batting, number 12.
Run down and find out.
Lawrence
Yeah, we got to go find the rules interpreter for that. So James Dotson's running down, so all you got is me right now. Lauren Clark swings and misses for strike one, so one run off the home run has us knotted at one apiece as we're in the top of the fourth inning here from Seneca Valley. Popped out of play by Lauren Clark, 0-2. I know some guys who call high-level softball in terms of Division I. I'm going to have a conference with them after this game if they ever seen something like this. Magno ahead, 0-2 count, 2 outs. Waits pitch high and outside, 1-2. Mohawk with a run in the bottom of the third. Freeport tying it off the first pitch of the top of the fourth, hitting the air to left center field, and it couldn't be ranged over and made by Olivia Hare. So it's a double for Lauren Clark. Don't tune away just yet. Runner on second base with 2 outs. Top of the fourth, Freeport. In the driver's seat so far with a tie in the top of the fourth, and we'll see if James Dotson has gotten an explanation about what's been going on here from Freeport. Megan Grolleman steps at a plate, slaps one foul for strike one. Grolleman a single in the top of the third. Magno ready. The 0-1. This is low and a back pick at second to get Clark back.
We've seen a couple of hard hit balls here, Tyler, for sure, here in this game.
Sun's out, so that helps with the carry of the ball. We're no longer in March and April here. We're in May, the middle of it. And that hits off our hut here behind home plate, foul. The public address announcer did not flinch.
I won't tell you what Ty Polk did.
I did not flinch either.
No camera proof of that. I don't know.
You didn't see anything, I promise you. 1-2. Called strike three. Brilliantly placed on that low outside corner to retire to side, but not before a solo home run by Addison Caruso, knotting us up at 1 as we go to the bottom of the fourth. 1-all score here in the 3A quarterfinals, Mohawk and Freeport on LC SportsNet.
In workers' compensation, my clients are oftentimes not receiving their wage loss. They're not receiving their medical expenses. LGKG, they come to us so that we can put them in a position to pay their bills. If we're keeping our promises, our clients are getting the justice they deserve.
GEM building contractors and developers have a proven record of performance on any size project. They bring value, local craftsmanship, expert management to meet any challenge. From design construction, from inspection to budget estimation, GEM Builder has been building our community for 70 years.
So it now is official. We got an explanation about the rules. Everyone who starts is allowed one re-entry into the game. So that will do it for Jaden Rezak, as used for defensive purposes early on. It'll be Leah Clark taking over in left field for the remainder of the game.
Yes, and the reason why Leah Clark was able to bat twice is, unlike baseball, every substitute in softball also is granted one re-entry. So basically you had Razak eliminated for Clark. Razak then uses her re-entry. That's Clark's first time then taken out of the game. Then Clark re-enters using her as a substitute's one re-entry, eliminating Razak from the game because she can no longer re-enter. She's got her one and done. Learn something new every day.
Yes, you do. Called strike on Maya McGrail. Maya McGrail singled, advanced on a wild pitch, and then from second was thrown out at home, 7-1-2 to keep her off the board. Set a strike 0-2, and James Dotson will also put that up as a potential 5-7-1-2 as it was off the third baseman, Addison Caruso's glove, but we'll count the throw to the plate from there and the lineup from that. Ball to McGrail, 1-2. McGrail comes into this game with 13 RBIs. 1-2 from Selker is back to her, and the throw on to first in time. The first out here in the bottom of the fourth.
Unfortunately, in my nifty little bag here, I have the basketball rulebook and I have the baseball rulebook, but I did not get the softball rulebook, so I can't even try to look it up and confirm that, though I obviously trust the umpires let it happen. Both coaches have let it happen, but again, I mean, we've done a lot more baseball. I know the baseball rules from coaching and playing a lot more. That's just a new one, and it is crazy, just those little nuances from two sports that are so similar to each other. Like, I love the DP rule and the flex. I love the way that you can use that to your advantage, if you know the rules to their full capabilities.
1-0 to Lydia Cole. Checks her swing. Stays high, 2-0. Cole aboard on a base on balls, and that's the lone blemish for Sydney Selker. 2-0 is high, 3-0. Cole ahead. Selker was able to work it back to full before giving up that walk. Both teams with one run apiece here in the bottom of the fourth, 1 out. And that's a 4-pitch walk.
Second time McGrail has led off and reached base.
That was Cole.
Oh, excuse me, Cole, you're right. Second time she has reached base via the walk.
So 2 plate appearances, 2 base on balls for Lydia Cole, and that leads ways for Gigi Pizzullo. Pizzullo, a single and a stolen base. First pitch to her is a ball, 1-0. For Pizzullo, that stolen base was her 6th of the season. Has a 1-0 count. Pizzullo pops it to short. And DeGitis makes the catch. That's out number 2.
Good job to stay with it. Some nasty spin on that one, but hanging back there at short, making the play.
Now batting, number 21, Reagan Magno.
So the pitcher is trying to help her cause out Reagan Magno. Strikeout victim her first time up. That was off the first pitch, 0-1. Magno, we talk about the leadoff of this game. First pitch hit off her hands. She was able to stay in the game, but as a batter, just one glove. 0-1 fought off foul.
And you're seeing a lot more of that. Using the top hand without the glove. I think maybe just feeling that you have a better feel of the bat, and especially to top hand dominance as you're bringing the bat and bringing the hands through the zone.
I would go full Teddy Bridgewater with the 2 gloves, but that's just me. 2 outs, a runner on first, 0-2.
That's down in the
fish
dirt.
low.
Yeah, good hold, good waist pitch there from big old 87.
87 trying to 86 another batter, already with 3 strikeouts in this game. The 1-2, and she does get her swinging. So pitcher on pitcher crime retires the side.
Yeah, beautiful off speed there, and got Reagan Magno way out in front for that 4th K of the day.
So just 1 left on, and that's it in the bottom of the 4th. We'll go to the 5th. We're tied at 1 apiece. It's
In need of a lawyer? Contact Medor Bonner Law, a boutique firm offering tailored legal services and over 120 years legal experience. County residents with strong family ties to the community, Jason Medore and Michael Bonner, established Medore Bonner Law to provide clients with legal expertise and personal attention. Guided by their professional staff, you can feel confident your rights will be protected. Call attorneys Jason Medore or Michael Bonner, or visit MedoreBonnerLaw.com for more information.
I think the key to any attorney-client relationship is trust. My father told me a long time ago, the definition of personal integrity is really simple. Do what you say you're going to do. At LGKG, we've been doing that for over 80 years.
Top of the fifth. 1-0 is our score. 9-1 and 2 for Freeport, with Addie Gorley swinging missing for the first strike.
Now I see a few of these batters for both teams. That front foot way near the edge of the batter's box. And here's another rule analysis for you. As long as any part of your body is still in the batter's box, you are still in. So that foot would have to be complete.
Got some people tuning in here, of course, with Freeport. It's an AK Valley game, so Jack Boylstein tuning in, watching AK Valley team in Freeport. 2-2 with one out, swung on and miss. Dropped third strike, and a good stab at it for the catch by Lydia Cole, as she had to dive to make that, and also had her foot on the bag.
Yeah, good job. Just had plenty of time at least to make sure she caught it. If she had to come all the way back to the bag, she could do so.
Now batting, number 87.
Strikeout goes 2-3 on the wild pitch. 2 away for Sydney Selker. Now it's another pitcher-on-pitcher duel. This pitch to her is a ball. So Sydney Selker against Magno has 2 strikeouts. And then Selker has an intentional walk and a fly out to left field. Outside and away 2-0.
And again, Selker leads the team, 6 home runs. Ari's shown her power with a shot deep into the left center gap. 2 outs, nobody on. Probably being careful here. Yeah.
2-0 well outside, 3-0, and
Now, where that one
solo
was,
home run.
if that's Japan in Little League Baseball, it might be called a strike. But I'm just saying, hey, if you're going to want to hit it, you're going to have to chase something well out of the zone here.
My goodness, 3-0. This is low, so it's a 4-pitch walk, and Sydney Selker is aboard with 2 outs.
2 walks, both issued to Selker, one intentionally, one pseudo-intentionally. Coach Rondagitis there at third base, going to give out the call. Might we see Selker in motion? Talked to him before the game. Big thanks to him. He said, hey, we just like getting better one day at a time. That's what the goal was from the beginning of the year. And such a young team. 3 seniors, but no juniors on the roster.
Reese Selker at the plate. The ball 1-0, and Selker is a sophomore. So we'll be seeing her for the next 2 years, and you think about 3A just loaded from top to bottom with great teams. Inside, 2-0. Of course, when you think about it, Abernworth has been a big part of the 3A renaissance. Of course, around the WPIL, South Park looking like a pretty good team. Ligonier Valley, of course.
Yeah, they've been a mainstay ever since they've returned to the WPIAL. And they were in Class 2A. And moved up to Class 3A and still are getting the job done.
Freeport eliminating a really good Southmoreland team that was in the championship game.
Nice.
2-1, nasty. 2-2.
When you can get the release point as a softball pitcher, especially with that off speed, that is just devastating.
Magno looking to ring another one up to retire to side, and just tipped foul, not completed by the catcher Pistorius, so we'll go at it again with the 2-2 count.
Yeah, doing just enough to get a piece of it again. Something a little off speed out in front, but she slowed down the hands just enough, did Reese, to be able to get the end of the bat on it to live for another pitch.
2-2 swung on and missed, and under completion over to first, and that will retire to side. Magno picking up her 9th strikeout, another wild pitch, 2-3. So just a runner left on base, and that is all for Freeport in the top of the 5th. We'll go to the bottom of the 5th. We are still tied at 1. It's the 3A quarterfinals on LC SportsNet.
When you're looking for quality concrete services, contact the experienced professionals at Doran Concrete. Our company is family, locally owned and operated, and has been serving the community for over 30 years. Get residential or commercial concrete services for any size job. Our skilled professionals offer prompt and reliable services at an affordable price. We believe in the principles of honesty, integrity, and reliability. Get in touch with us for exceptional concrete services at prices that you can afford.
Mohawk to bat. 8-9-1 here from Seneca Valley. 3A quarterfinals. Winner takes on the winner of Abernworth versus Yock.
Yeah, I'm going to have to switch that back. Abernworth versus Yock. Last we saw was a 2-0 scoreline tie in that 1 versus 9 matchup. We do have another final in Class 2A, though. In Class 2A, victorious the Laurel Spartans, 4-0 over Charleroi. So you're going to have Bentworth against Laurel. That's going to be a fun pitcher's duel. That could be one of those games that we're getting into that old Texas shootout scenario in extra innings. How do you feel about that rule in a high school softball game and now in Major League Baseball?
Oh, with the ghost runner on second?
Yeah.
For something like softball, it makes no sense. For baseball, I get it. You want to have the pace of play, and you want your 2-hour games that go like 155 or something like that one Pirates game against the Giants. You want that, but for softball, too fast paced for that, and that would be just putting runs up, just for the sake of putting runs up. Gigi Cower, she has played that funky music, coming as a leadoff song. So Mohawk bringing the JBL speaker.
I like it.
First pitch to Gigi is a ball, 1-0. Mohawk with their 1 run in the bottom of the 3rd off of that wild pitch scoring Erica Young. On the other side, Freeport, solo home run from Addie Caruso. That is our score. Counts now 1-1 for Cower.
Yeah, Selker giving up 3 hits. She's got 3 strikeouts in the game. 9 strikeouts now for Magno. She's scattered 4 hits with that one long bomb from Caruso, keeping this one a deadlocked contest.
1-1 swung on and missed by Cower behind the count, 1-2. Tip back foul by Cower. Count remains the same. 0 for 1. Grounded out to the pitcher. Cower with 12 hits, 12 runs, and 9 RBIs coming into this game. The 1-2, ooh. And that just off that outside edge of the plate. 2-2.
Yeah, hit her spot out there, but little sister maybe set up just a bit too far outside.
That was just off the edge. 2-2 to Cower, and she powers that in the air to shallow left field, and a good job of ranging over as Abby Vagitis makes the catch for out number 1.
Miley Pistorius, the catcher, hitting in a 9 spot here today. 300 hitters, 16 ribbies on the year, including a RBI in the first round game.
Now batting.
Grounded out
Number
to the
12,
pitcher first time
Miley
up.
Pistorius.
First pitch to Pistorius, and a breaking ball got her fooled for strike 1. Good to be back on the Lawrence County Sports Network. James Dotson, Tyler Polk with you. 3A quarterfinal action. Well, 1 is high, 1-1.
I want to give a shout out to one who's listening from home. Addie Stivers suffered a knee injury during basketball, we were told, and played through everything, played through the most of this softball season as one of the top reserves for this team, and fielding ground ball in practice, ended up hurting a knee again, found out it had been torn for quite some time. Thought she could muscle and power through it. No surprise knowing her and knowing that family, but she had surgery a couple days ago. Hope to see her back on the field soon. As for McKenna Stewart, she was a starter as a freshman all last year. She suffered an ACL injury.
Hit on the ground to the pitcher, and a throw on the first in time. 2 away.
Yeah, she suffered a ACL injury, did McKenna, but she just got cleared to do some longer running, ran a mile a couple of weeks ago. Looking to get herself back. She suffered an injury back in October. They said she would be back mid-June. I didn't get a chance to ask, hey, you make a state run? Could you potentially see that as a comeback late in the year? But to even have a chance at it, play more games, got to get through this one to get to the Wpial semis.
Addie Moscow, as the order flips back to the top, looks at a ball 1-0. And to talk about that, a knee injury during basketball, and it took the first days of practice in softball. That's
more than the first days. It went relatively deep into the season.
Oh, my goodness. Lawrence County girls are built different. Having that issue, all the best to her. And who knows, maybe a state run could be in the cards. 1-1 outside. Well outside, 2-1. Moscow 0 for 2. Grounded to second, and then flew out to center field, and it had to be a big play by Grolman, ranging back, twisting and turning to make the catch. Count is 2-1, and it's hit up the middle, base hit.
2-out single for Addie Moscow. I mean, if you are able to get her out 3 times in a game, kudos to you. She's hitting just shy of 500 on the year. Here's the stat, though, that is mind-boggling to me for Addie Moscow. 4 strikeouts all year. That's the leadoff batter doing what they're supposed to do, get the ball in play. She's only been struck out 4 times. She stands on first. Might we see her trying to steal for second?
Erica Young at the plate. 2 outs, runner on first. Moscow looking to run for a second, instead pops back.
Well, she's got the speed, leads the team in doubles, leads the team in triples.
6 stolen bases on the season. 1-0. Over to second baseman into right field for a single. Oh, maybe going a little bit too close to the sun is Erica Young as she's gunned down at second. The play will go 9-4 to retire the side.
That's 2 base running blunders, and Coach Pizzullo not happy because you still have the heart of your order up, but maybe trying a little bit too hard on one in the shallow gap to try to get the second. Young retired and runner stranded on the bags, and still a tie game 1-1.
Just 2 hits for Mohawk and another one lost on a base pass, leaving 1. So after 5, we're tied at 1. Mohawk 1, Freeport 1, the 3A quarterfinals on Lawrence County SportsNet.
Nominations are now being accepted for the LCAP Team of the Month and the LGKG Male and Female Athlete of the Month. Log on to lcsportsnet.com/awards to nominate your favorite team or athlete today.
Business communication must be agile, efficient, and fast. Toshiba is the company that helps you manage it all, from paper to digital to screen and back again. With smarter printing, you are unleashed. The office is wherever you are, and Toshiba makes it seamless to print whatever, wherever, and whenever. Our mobile printing applications allow you to print or scan to both Toshiba and third-party MFPs right from your mobile device. Toshiba, empowering the art of business.
Addie Caruso popped out to second for out number 1. We'll turn it back over to James Dotson to take us home. James.
Thank you, Ty Polk. Glad to be back working with you. We've done a little bit of everything here, working a little college hoops action at times, working the basketball realm for sure, a couple football games, now on the diamond.
It's the dot crew, man. You know how it is.
Gotta love it. First pitch swinging, ball lifted into right field. Renato will make the catch, retiring Caruso, who homered in her last at bat. That's a big first out. That was
Red Van. Caruso popped out the second.
That's right. We're all over the place here. There goes my perfect now. That ended long ago.
Can never have perfection on a broadcast for me in softball. It's a never-ending search for perfection. At least I'm not Armando Galarraga.
Yeah, so Caruso popped out. Radvan popped out. We were already 2 outs in the inning.
And we got to do another change of the
of course
home plate camera.
Yeah, that's why we got the strike zone cam. We don't have the strike zone cam.
Leah Clark, who's currently in for Jaden Rezak, has batted 2 times already, and because of rules with softball, was able to exit the game to allow Rezak to return to left field, and then came back in, and that was all for Rezak as Clark has taken all the at-bats. It's 1-2.
Yeah, it's an interesting system. I've seen it done like this, in the baseball realm where the sub cannot re-enter, but usually that's done later in the game. It's a very cool strategy. Though it hasn't worked here, as that's the 3rd strikeout of the game. That 3rd time Leah Clark's gone down via the strikeout. 1-2-3 inning again as Freeport is retired in order. To the bottom of the 6th we go. Still tied at 1. Quick inning here at Seneca Valley. Chip to the semis on the line at Lawrence County SportsNet.
Tired of gasoline costs? Why drive? Let the Newcastle Transit Authority take you where you want to go. Serving the city of Newcastle and stops throughout Lawrence County, as well as weekday service to Pittsburgh. Public transportation just makes sense. Why drive when you can relax and ride? For more information or for route schedules, log on to newcastletransit.org. The Newcastle Transit Authority, going your way. And remember, senior citizens ride free.
Well, we have a moment. Let's give it some time to shout out again our LGKG Red Zone Athletes of the Month. Ava Koski of Neshannock Track and Field, and Elwood City's Nick Frenitti of Track and Field winning the LGKG Red Zone Athletes of the Month. They were both competing, and I know Frenitti with a gold medal. One of 12 that have come back from Slippery Rock for the individual championships. Lots of hardware making it back home.
County of Champions at it again.
An interesting story about the track championships that need to mention real quick. So Neshannock in their run these last 3 or 4 years, Ty, how about this? They've never had their full roster in the first round of the playoffs. Usually it was because the Nogue sisters were running in the track championships. They were able to avoid that this year. But what instead? AP Biology going on today, as this ball is down in the Pebbles, count even at 1-1. So AP Biology, advanced placement from the College Board, they set the schedule nationwide. And these past couple of years, AP Bio has been a Thursday afternoon starting at 12. So you're not getting out of that test until 3:30. Students, some finished the test and ran over. Some decided to take the makeup. As this one's drilled past the second baseman for a leadoff single for Olivia Hare. But we're just glad to see everybody was able to get their full roster, it sounds like at least today, for Neshannock, but just extra chaos. I know Union requested to have a late game because they had, I believe, 5 starters all on taking the AP Bio test, so they were lucky enough to get the 7 o'clock start.
Got to give them credit. That was the lone AP class that I took in high school, and I opted out of the test.
Not for you, eh?
I'm here to call games. I'm not here to break down frogs.
Throw behind it to first base, but going with it and getting the stolen base as a result is Olivia Hare. She was looking to see the bunt down, got too far off the base. Hare, hey, she'll take it. She's running like a hare out there. Her team-high 9th swiped bag of the year.
Yeah, she was almost fricasseed rabbit there, but able to make the most out of it.
And now what do? Cleanup hitter up. She does square to bunt again. Bunted straight back to the catcher. Count even at 1-1. Maya McGreal, a .378 hitter on the season. Nobody down. Go ahead run on second base.
And of course, McGreal off a base hit from Gigi Pizzullo, running from second all the way down, was gunned down at the plate. It was 5-7-1-2. And that took away an opportunity for a run for Mohawk early in the game.
He does square. This one's popped up on the bunt, but unable to be found.
Clark was going for it, but that just tailed off way too close to the Mohawk dugout.
Pitch number 90 coming next. But that's 3 times that I can think of off the top of my head, Ty. We're just can't get the bunt down, and that's not good news from Mohawk. Got to be able to move runners over, and they've not been successful here today. Now Cole with a 1-2 count goes upstairs. Pseudo-sacrifice, so unable to get the bunt down, but working anyway. The wild pitch moves Hare 60 feet away.
That's the 3rd wild pitch. For Selker, and both have put a runner in position.
2-2 misses upstairs. Count runs full to McGreal. 13 ribbies on the year. Number 14 here would put her team in the lead in the bottom of the 6th inning.
Wild pitch scored Erica Young, so.
Yeah, you're right. No Toshiba RBIs in the game for Mohawk. Payoff pitch. Misses upstairs. It gets away. It'll be another wild pitch. Run scored. Olivia Hare this time. And a throw. Looked like she would try a throw down to second base, but scrambling back to first will be McGreal. She walks. Mohawk with the lead. 2 runs, both on wild pitch, or do you call that a pass ball? It was a high pitch, but it did get into the glove momentarily of Reese Selker. I think you got to call it a wild pitch. Oh, we do have an LGKG consultation trip to the mound. Give a shout out to our friends at Luxembourg Arbit, Kelly and George, keeping promises for over 90 years. While we have a moment as well, we talked about the athletes of the month. How about our LCAP team of the month? And that goes to Shenango Track and Field, specifically the girls track and field team, as they qualified for the Wpial championships here this year. Big shout out to them. A couple of great athletes. Jackson Schodel won 2 medals for Mohawk. Tori Atkins won a pair of medals for Laurel. Who else won? Oh, Colton Fedrizzi of Shenango Boys won a couple of throwing events. Again, lots of medals. We'll have that full list for you on social media. How about the, 5 weather delays over the course of the day yesterday? There at Slippery Rock had to come back today, which is why I was worried that Neshannock might have some track issues like they've had in the past. So first pitch from Lydia Cole and a delayed steal throw down to second base. McGreal will get in there. So the control starting to become an issue here for Sydney Selker. We mentioned it, over 500 career strikeouts, but she has walked aplenty, over 60 on the year. This one catches the inside corner. Count even at 1-1.
And Reese Selker maybe trying a throw down to second. Instead it was cut off by Sydney.
Off-speed pitch and a beauty. For strike 2. Yeah, that was a pretty hard throw down, but a low one. And whether it was intended for second or not, Big Sister said, give me the ball, I just want it. Got her for strike 3. Again, another great off-speed. Both these pitchers have done a great job today, Ty, in getting those batters out in front.
And you can credit that as the 5th strikeout for Sydney Selker.
Now batting, number 22, Gigi Peluzio.
So Pizzulo at the plate. 1 for 2, hit on the ground to second. Kelly Schmidt couldn't gather it, and not in time.
Beats the throw.
There was no foot on the bag. There was a play regardless with that. So the question is for the official score, are you going to rule that an infield single or are you going to call that an error? I'd say because the play still could have been made in time. I think a foot was off the bag by Lauren Clark, so I'll credit it as a hit.
We'll see what the game changer officially says.
Now batting, number 21.
Definitely if it was on that first gobble, it's an easy out. And now another wild pitch, but this time gunned down at the plate.
So they've got 2, but the third one doesn't work, and that's the 3rd out for Mohawk on the base paths today.
So wild pitch, 2-1, route number 2.
A great job, dude.
Sister.
They were never such devoted sisters. Good job to cover the plate as you're trained, as you're taught. Magno drives this one down the first baseline, but foul.
This is one that's going to eat at you even with victory for Mohawk. I mean, once again, cut down at the plate.
McGreal twice being that victim. At the plate. Good off speed there to get Magno for strike 2.
Oh, yes, McGrill. She's got an 18-carat run of bad luck.
Pitch number 100. Doesn't matter as much in softball, but in terms of the wear and tear on the arm, it does. Outside corner, count now 2-2.
Yeah, but we'll see when this game for the semifinals will be scheduled. Because, of course, you got a potential whopper on the other side with the 2-time defending champions.
Pop up, first base line in foul territory, and will be caught in foul territory by Lauren Clark for the 3rd out of the inning. But the damage done, the leadoff single, scoring again on a wild pitch. It was officially ruled an error. We'll go with that as well. So 1 run, 1 hit, 1 error, 1 runner left on the bags. Last chance coming for Freeport. 7, 8, 9 hitters coming to the plate. Semifinals on the line here at lcsportsnet.com.
Don't get left out to dry. Call the Penn Ohio Bottled Water Company for the fastest and most efficient bottled water delivery service in the area. Penn Ohio offers bottled water ranging from 16.9-ounce bottles to 5-gallon jugs, perfect for your next event or office water cooler system. Also, don't forget to ask about their custom labeling options. visit PennOhioBottled.com for more information and to get a quote on their delivery services. Whether it's at home, in the office, or on the sidelines, Penn Ohio has you covered.
I think the key to any attorney-client relationship is trust. My father told me a long time ago, the definition of personal integrity is really simple. Do what you say you're going to do. At LGKG, we've been doing that for over 80 years.
Well, we looked at our works in progress keys to the game at the beginning of this one. We alluded to it, the wild pitches that hurt Mohawk in the first round, they were able to survive. Freeport, the wild pitches hurting them today. First pitch swinging in the top of the 7th inning, Lauren Clark off the end of the bat, ground ball right back to the pitcher. 1 pitch, 1 out for Reagan Magno. Wild pitches, 4 of them now, Ty?
Yeah, 4 of them for Selker, and those are going to be very tough ones to look back to. Only 2 for Magno. Correction, 3.
But those all were on strikeouts that all were,
strikeout wild pitches with
but they got
over to complete.
Yeah, so I don't even think I should count as a wild pitch then because they were able to get the out in the process.
We'll count it as wild pitches in terms of it. Well, it's
right
in terms of that, but completed, I'll put 3 completes.
True. 0-1 to count. Megan Grolman, she's 1 for 2. This one would be considered a wild pitch, but nobody on base, so you can't give it as such. Ligonier Valley.
They got to find a way to make something out of that. Do you call it Olays?
Ha! Yeah. It's an unofficial stat, right? 2 ball, 1 strike here to Grolman. Again, Ligonier Valley and South Park, the winners on the bottom half of the bracket. Avonworth, at the end of 4 innings, was leading Yock 2-0. Here, Mohawk, a 2-1 advantage over Freeport. Allen way upstairs, 3-1 to count. This is the tying run, potentially at the plate. Right now, just trying to get somebody on base to maybe swing it over to the top of the order. (3-1). Swung on and missed for strike 2. Payoff pitch. Swung on and missed. 11 strikeouts.
And every bit of them needed today for Reagan Magno.
And a good job to come back on that one, too. 2 down.
Now batting, number 22.
Last chance is Addie Gorley. Swings and misses for strike 1. Reagan trying to get the complete game, strike 2. She had a rough time in the first round, was pulled in the 4th inning. She's been in control today. She scattered just 4 hits and is 1 strike away from sending her Warriors to the semifinals. The 0-2 upstairs.
Oh, that would have been a picture perfect called strike 3. I'm twirling out of the way.
And that one misses just off the outer half. Good hold from Gorley. Would need to reach base for the first time here in the playoffs for her to extend the Freeport season. It's been improving all year long. Do they have any more magic in them? Called strike 3. The last 7 batters retired in order by Reagan Magno. 12 Ks on the day. And Mohawk will advance to the WPIAL 3A semifinals.
Final score, Mohawk 2, Freeport 1.
We'll step aside, come back with your Tri-County Principal post-game show, give you out some awards as well as our scoring recap as well. Back in a moment. It's the Lawrence County SportsNet, powered by LCAP.
I'm Kevin Sapp. I'm president of the Mohawk Education Association. We are one of the sponsors for the Lawrence County SportsNet. We would like to take a moment to wish all of Lawrence County student athletes health and safety as they compete. In particular, we would like to wish luck to all of Mohawk student athletes as they represent our school with pride.
That was awesome.
When the high school season heats up, make sure you have the best gear to support your school. Head to the Red Zone on Wilmington Road in Shannock for all your county sporting apparel needs. From sporting goods to custom apparel to embroidery and more, the Red Zone has it all. Quality gear for all 8 schools in the County of Champions. Stop by and enter the Red Zone or visit them online at theredzonesports.com. Score big at the Red Zone.
Back here on the Lawrence County SportsNet, your final score there 2-1 in favor of Mohawk over Freeport, and in the end, success where there was failure a couple of days ago for Mohawk. The wild pitches became an issue. They were able to weather the storm today. They capitalized on 4 wild pitches. Both runs scored on the wild pitch for Mohawk in the game. In the third, it was a 2-out triple, right? Oh, 5. That was the 5th one. You're correct there, Ty. Yeah, first one was a triple from Lydia Cole, scored on the wild pitch. And then the second one there after a leadoff single, getting the run in there by Erica Young in that 6th inning. Hey, you find a way. There are a lot that I think coach is going to have to look at and say we could have done better, but at the same time, hey, you got the job done. You're surviving. You're advancing. You're moving on to the semifinals.
Yeah, you're feeling good about yourself. The things that are going to fix definitely is on the base path. So this probably should have been at least another 2 runs for Mohawk, you could probably say, in this game. And then even with it, you look at one side, you should look at it like this. One side, wild pitches cost them dearly. Mm-hmm. On the other side, you were able to complete the strikeouts on your wild pitches, but you don't want those.
Right.
So that would be one thing that they would want to improve the most.
1 run on 4 hits for Freeport, 1 error. They left 5. Mohawk also stranded 5. 2 runs on those 6 hits. In the end, I guess the best way to put it here, Ty Polk, is you find a way. One way or the other, you find a way to make things happen. Reagan Magno, she certainly made things happen. 12 strikeouts, and considering how that first batter went, a little bit scary.
Yeah, it's on your pitching hand, and you're going, oh no, what could this mean? And during a playoff game, and you're quoting half of Lincoln Park. In the end, it doesn't even matter.
I love it. So with that, we're going to step aside one last time here on Lawrence County SportsNet. We'll come back. We'll get you our MVP of the game as well as our Mainly Chiropractic Play of the game. That's when we return on Lawrence County SportsNet, powered by LCAP.
Tired of gasoline costs? Why drive? Let the Newcastle Transit Authority take you where you want to go. Serving the city of Newcastle and stops throughout Lawrence County, as well as weekday service to Pittsburgh. Public transportation just makes sense. Why drive when you can relax and ride? For more information or for route schedules, log on to newcastletransit.org. The Newcastle Transit Authority, going your way. And remember, senior citizens ride free.
Castle Asphalt and Construction is driven to provide quality, cost-efficient pavement-related services to Western Pennsylvania. Every paving or construction service at Castle Asphalt begins with a thorough site inspection of the area to allow their team of professionals to become familiar with the unique conditions of your home or business. Once the site inspection is complete, Castle Asphalt provides you with a detailed plan of the design, cost, materials, and time of completion, so you know exactly what to expect during your construction. Visit castleasphalt.com to request a quote for your next project and make your dream design come to fruition.
When it comes to shopping for insurance, there are thousands of options out there. MVP Insurance proactively shops and compares your policies to find the best coverage and rate. Josh Madure and David Verratti want to provide you with a level of personalized service that you know that you are the MVP of their agency. They simplify insurance so you can live stress-free. Visit one of their locations in Zingleopole or in New Springfield, Ohio. Call MVP for the win. Proud sponsor of the MVP of the game on the Lawrence County SportsNet.
Just like going to the doctor, our homes need a checkup too. If your home is not properly weatherized, you could be at risk for symptoms that cause unhealthy ailments and higher utility bills. The Weatherization Assistance Program is the key to reducing utility costs and increasing comfort in your home. Services include an in-home energy audit to inspect your furnace and hot water tank, check for air sealing around windows and doors, and ensure adequate insulation and ventilation. Learn more at lcap.org or call the Department of Healthy Homes to get your checkup today.
Let's get right into it here, our Tri-County Principals post-game show. Let's get the Gem scoring recap first. Starting at the top of the first inning, Abby DeGitis, hard line drive on the first at bat, off the hand of Reagan Magno. She's able to weather the storm, get through the inning. That very next batter, though, Sydney Selkert hits a 2-0 pitch deep to left center field. Maya McGreal able to get the catch out there just in front of the wall. Hint, hint, wink, wink. She's got a shirt for that one. We'll talk about that in a second. And Magno able to get out of the inning. We were scoreless to the bottom of the second inning. A leadoff single from McGreal, which reached second on a wild pitch. Got to third base on a single, but tried scoring on that Pizzulo single and was thrown out at the plate. Score was still 0-0 at that point. Flash forward to the bottom of the third inning. A two-out triple from Erica Young for Mohawk. She scores on the next pitch on a wild pitch, getting the first run on the board. 1-0 Mohawk with the lead. Talk about next pitch. First pitch of the top of the fourth. Right after that, Addie Caruso hits a bomb to deep center field. Her fourth of the year, tied it at 1. Lauren Clark had a double later in the inning, but a strikeout ended the threat. Mohawk in the from Annie Moskal. She goes first to third on an Erica Young single, but Young, trying to stretch it into a double, is thrown out at second base. That's the second runner thrown out on the bags. We're still scoreless. After 1-2-3 top of the sixth, a leadoff single for Olivia Hare. She steals second base, gets to third on a wild pitch, gets home on a wild pitch for the game-winning run. Maya McGreal walked later in the inning. She was caught trying to get to home on a wild pitch as well. And in the bottom of the seventh inning, a 1-2-3 inning, a ground out, 2 strikeouts to end the game. 12 Ks in total for Reagan Magno. Let's talk about the good first. Let's talk about how well Reagan Magno threw today, especially considering how this game started and how Tuesday wasn't her best outing.
Absolutely fantastic. When it was needed the most, she got the strikeouts, because there was a lot of situations where you're going up, here comes the Yellowjackets, here comes this run by Freeport, but she was able to quell threats, and the only bugaboo was that solo home run, but it took a lot for that to come through for Freeport, and she wasn't able to compound mistakes, and when there was a wild pitch, her defense backed her up. As much as we look at this game, when you go back and watch it through the whole 7, you're going to see that Mohawk really backed up their pitcher defensively. You're going to see 12 strikeouts and think she did all the damage, and there's more to meet CI.
And it starts right there. It was just in the top of the first inning, but no doubt in our mind, the Maley Chiropractic play of the game on that Maya McGreal catch out in left center field. Talk about that play, tracking it and snagging it right in front of the wall in left center.
And when you think about what helped out the most for Mohawk, it was a fly ball to center field. Groleman, the play before that, the batter before that, makes a fantastic play in center field. The next time, she blows a tire, and that's the difference, and it's a triple for Erica Young.
Yeah, so that's
Wild
just how it
pitch,
means.
boom.
And that's how Mohawk gets their first run of the game. But Maya McGrill's catch in left field, our official Mele Chiropractic play of the game. Lots of great options to choose, but that one there for sure keeping Mohawk in the game. So Maya McGrill gets the customized T-shirt courtesy of the Red Zone in honor of today's Mele Chiropractic play of the game. We'll have video of that one, I'm sure, on the Triple Live High School Sports Network standout platform on Twitter and Instagram. Congratulations again, Maya McGrill, today's Mele Chiropractic play of the game. Let Mele Chiropractic keep you in the game. The other award, it's a no-brainer here, Ty Polk, your MVP Insurance MVP of the game. Reagan Magno was all that in a bag of chips.
Magno and no at the end. No more for Freeport after that solo home run, as she was absolutely shut down, retired her final 7 batters. And let's take a look at this. 2 strikeouts to end the game. That's dominance, and that's what I said at the beginning of the game. One pitcher has to assert dominance, and it was Magno with some help from her defense.
It was, and that's why she gets the MVP Insurance MVP of the game with those 12 strikeouts, only 2 walks, scattering those 4 hits throughout the course of the game. Reagan Magno, the MVP Insurance MVP of the game, also just received her customized T-shirt, courtesy of the Red Zone, in recognition of today's MVP Insurance MVP of the game. Call MVP for the win. Mohawk against, looks like Avonworth. It was 4-0 at the last what we last saw in the 5th inning. You have it, well, maybe, of course.
It's a very long commercial here.
Of course it is. But we'll check out and get you a last one. You can go try to check out those games going on right now on the Family and Network second going on there at Plum High School. They're in the bottom of the 6th inning. It looks like it'll be Mohawk versus Avonworth. It'll be Ligonier Valley against South Park on the other side. So it looks like we got the top 4 seeds if Avonworth is able to hold on in that one. Those semifinal games, Ty, we don't know when they are going to be, by the way. Could be Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. I'm hoping Wednesday. They have not announced that yet. Stay tuned. We'll get you those updates. So we got 3 teams in the semifinals already from Lawrence County, Neshannock, Laurel, and now Mohawk. Union, they've just gotten underway for the nightcap in Class 1A, trying to make it a forfer into the WPIAL semifinals.
And we're taking a look at it. It looks like Avonworth is pitching now, so
should be
waiting
top
for
7th then,
yeah,
right?
it should be the top of the 7th. We'll take a look on it, and we'll keep it abreast for you as soon as possible on the Lawrence County Sports Network. You can follow us on Twitter.
Absolutely.
At LC SportsNet.
Thank you, Ty Polk. Again, we'll give a shout out to our friends at Gem Builders Inc. for that scoring recap as well. Your final score here, 2 for Mohawk, 1 for Freeport. The Warriors going to the semifinals in the Class 3A tournament. Big shout out, Rob Natel and Jacob Walls are doing the yeoman's duties on the production end. Big kudos to Ty Polk, and just in honor of Ty, that's why we have the black screen up there. It was kind of like yesterday's blackout moment there at Plum.
Please don't remind me.
Oh, okay. Well, I just reminded the fans. I wasn't reminding you. You didn't hear that. Big shout out to him. Got everything up and running for us today. Big time fun working with him, and we'll be probably seeing you somewhere sometime next week. For the entire Sportsnet crew, I'm James Dotson saying so long, and stay tuned for more great action here on the Lawrence County SportsNet, powered by LCAP.